Happy holidays everybody, and Merry Christmas if you celebrate it. I've been super busy this Christmas season, and well, I just wanted to make this video about some of my favorite units in year 2. I did this last year for year 1, and I think people liked it a lot, so I thought why not do it again, except mainly talking about units that came out within from between last Christmas and this Christmas. First off, I just want to talk about some old units I rebuilt in year 2. Starting off, I want to talk about my Erica, who is actually my first plus 10 or 5-star plus 10 unit. I actually decided to do this because she got her weapon upgrade for Siglin, gave her the special upgrade, gave her distant counter, and well, it's been a lot of fun since then. She's actually worked really well with Flashing Blade since that seal came out too, and overall I've just been really happy with her. Next up, I just want to talk about my Est, who is actually a 4-star plus 10 project I worked on this year, and originally, she only had a Slaying Spear with a plus attack upgrade, and well, recently she got her White Wing Spear, which is the exact same thing, and it hits the Triangle Attack upgrade, which is incredibly potent and very powerful. I actually do still want to make a video talking about S, but I've just been really busy. Very happy with how she's turned out. For Jafar, well, I actually did talk about Jafar in last year's video, but I didn't give him the Deadly Dagger upgrade just yet, and well, ever since then, it's just been Deadly Dagger, double Savage Blow builds. For PvE, it's a ton of fun and very effective. I had a lot of good PvE map clears with Jafar, and I really think he's a really fun unit to use now. I also talked about the Black Knight last year, but since then I've given him Steady Breath and Bold Fighter just so that he can proc Black Luna even more often, and it's a ton of fun. As for Alphonse, well, Alphonse got a huge buff when his Folk Vanguard got its new effect and its upgrade, which I've just given him the defense upgrade instead of the Triangle Depth effect. He's a lot of fun. I actually have pulled in Ares since then to give him Brazen Attack and Defense in the A slot, but I haven't done it yet. Just waiting for another Brazen Attack and Defense in the Sacred Seal slot and try to have a lot of fun with triple Brazen builds. Nephine's been a lot of fun with her new Dauntless Lance, which I think is really strong, especially in Arena with a lot of army units you have to face. But with Flashing Blade, Wrath, and Ignis, she just deals so much damage. It's pretty crazy. As for Innis, well, he also got his new Nidhogg upgrade, and well, I've had a lot of fun and success with Fury 3 and Brazen Attack and Res in the Sacred Seal slot, so he's actually been an archer I've been using a bit more since his refined weapon and upgrade. Now to talk about some of my favorite units from year 2, or well, you know, since last Christmas came out. First up we have Makayo, who I was lucky enough to get a plus res nature, and with just plus res and her Thani Tome, she reaches 42 resistance on her own, which is kind of ridiculous, and honestly it's made me question if I even need distant defense on her, because well, she's probably not going to attack physical damage as much as I really need her to. I've been thinking about just giving her Death Blow to hopefully just one-shot more army units, because honestly if they have distant counter, well, Makayo is not going to survive that. Earlier this year we had another Sacred Stones banner, and well, La Rochelle was actually a very surprising unit. For me, I didn't really think that Evaldi was that good, but I've been pairing it with Fury and then just her natural renewal so she can heal back up a little, and her performance has been surprising, at least for me. I really like running her with double res tactics. Hopefully they add more tactic Sacred Seals other than just defense tactic in the future. As for Myr, well, Myr is just a beast. I've gotten a plus res natured Myr, and well, even without Fury 3, she has a ton of defense and res for a flying unit. I definitely enjoy her a lot as a unit. A flying green dragon is very powerful. I think Great Flame is good even without distant counter, because I've just been using Fury 3 Advantage with Glimmer, and that's worked out in a lot of situations. She's a very fun unit. I definitely enjoy having her on the team. Now as for Legendary Ike, well, everyone got a free copy of Legendary Ike, but I've actually been sticking with the plus res minus attack nature one that I summoned on his first Legendary Heroes summoning event, and well, I don't know, even though I have the neutral copy still, I just haven't used it, and I think plus res minus attack's been working out for me. There really isn't that much to say about Legendary Ike. He's just a very consistent unit. With Radiant Aether being on a 4-turn cooldown, he can proc it with thanks to Warding Breath and Quick Repose very easily, and I usually just give him either close defense or distant defense, whatever I need him to tank, and he's just been a very solid unit. Definitely a go-to unit for all kinds of different challenges and maps. For Legendary Ephraim, well, he's not a unit I would say I use in every situation, but he's just someone that is very fun to use, and his kit works very well. Especially because I've given him Heavy Blade to complement Flame Sigmund's ability to double attack. He does have a pretty good amount of attack, or base attack, to make it work, and I've either run him with Aether, Soul, or Gale Force recently. Obviously Solar Brace doesn't work with Gale Force, but it works very well with Soul as a healing tool. If I run Solar Brace with Aether, it just heals back so much health when it procs. and usually I give him attack smoke just so that Ephraim can charge into battle on his own and survive off when he's surrounded by multiple enemies. He's a very fun unit and I've definitely enjoyed using him. Another fun flying unit that I've had this year is Shugure, who I managed to pull with a plus attack nature, which works very well with his natural high base speed. I've actually given him the Fire Sweep Lance build, even though I have used his Harmonic Lance a little bit, but I prefer the Fire Sweep Lance because I don't have a dedicated Fire Sweep Lance flyer before him. With Luna, Life and Death, Hit and Run, he just deals so much damage, doesn't get countered back, and he can retreat pretty easily for my other flyers to save him. He's been a ton of fun, especially with a Honed Flyers buff, and another surprising unit that I was not expecting to use this year. Another one of my favorite units this year has to be Melkana, who is very tanky and a blue dragon at that, so you know, another plus. I've only had Noe as my other blue dragon, and well, while she runs a pretty standard lightning breath build, Melkana with his water breath, brazen defense and res, and I usually just give him close or quick riposte and close defense. He just is so good into melee attackers, and I've just enjoyed using him a lot. He's a very simple unit, isn't too crazy, isn't very complicated, just very effective at what he does. Now for Bridal Ninian, who is a pretty premier flying dancer, I spent so many orbs trying to get her on that bridal banner, and I finally managed to do it toward the end. And well, she has been an amazing unit. Honestly, because she is also a mage, she has helped out another unit that I'm going to talk about a lot. And well, just having a flying dancer changed a lot of things for me. It is a game changer, and it's just a ton of fun because of the mobility she has. I haven't really done anything special with her kit, just refined her fresh bouquet and gave her HP plus 5 Wings of Mercy, but really nothing too special. As for Linus, who is a pretty amazing green infantry axe unit, he just does so much damage thanks to his Basilicos, and I actually did give him the upgraded Life and Death for Basilicos, and the dude just does a crazy amount of damage. If he gets into brazen attack and speed range, well, things just get even crazier, and with Desperation, he'll usually double anyone, assuming I give him at least like a honed speed buff. I actually do enjoy Linus a lot. I don't have a ton of super strong infantry axe units, so he was a really good Grand Hero battle unit for me personally. I think he's had a rerun for his Grand Hero battles, so definitely pick him up if you haven't gotten him beforehand, especially if you need a high-powered axe user. Very fun unit. Another unit that I've enjoyed using immensely has to be Legendary Hector, who I have a plus res minus attack one, and even with minus attack, he still deals a ton of damage with special procs. Legendary Hector, I think, has to be my favorite out of the 4 Hector, or I guess 3 other Axe Hectors, with Thunder Armaments basically giving him a almost wary fighter effect, but not stopping him from doubling. Legendary Hector just is such a good defensive enemy baiter. You can pretty much let him tank multiple attacks because he's only going to take 1 hit, assuming your whole team is around him, and he can retaliate with Vengeful Fighter and Bonfire, plus Distant Counter of course. It's not even to mention that Ostia's Pulse is a really strong skill in my opinion, giving any unit type basically infantry pulse capabilities as long as you're in a mixed team is very good. I actually run Legendary Hector with my Black Knight very often so I can get Black Luna on a 2-turn cooldown, which then allows him to use Steady Breath to instantly proc Black Luna. I just think Legendary Hector is a really strong unit by himself, definitely one of the better legendary heroes. Another axe unit, and of course another Ephraim that I like using, is Brave Ephraim, who is actually very scary with Garm and close defense and special fighter. He's just kind of ridiculous, like with Garm giving him the ability to double attack, and then special fighter giving him special cooldown reduction and also the guard effect. It's just it's a little crazy. Like, I think Brave Ephraim is definitely one of the best users of special fighter thanks to Garm in particular, and he's just a really good defensive unit, especially thanks to close defense. I really don't have any problems with Brave Ephraim. Probably going to throw him on a new armor team that I really want to start making. For some recent units we've gotten, I really have to say that Aversa has exceeded expectations for me personally. I was excited to get her because I didn't have a flying Bladetongue mage, and she has the pretty good stats to do that build, and she was a red mage. But I have to say that Aversa's Knight surprised me immensely, and I think that's mainly because it is incredibly effective in Aether Raids, which is the new game mode. I pretty much just have Aversa on every team just sitting in the back applying debuffs in the panic status, and she has pulled her weight immensely. I'm really happy with her as a unit. As for Legendary Erica, I think her regular base kit as a whole is pretty darn good. It's very synergistic with Storm Sigling working with attacking speed solo to Lunar Brace and Moonbow, but I have to say that I have really been having a lot of fun with a Woldao and Lunar Brace and Luna for the ridiculous 100% defense reduction build. It's a little stupid to watch her just one-shot 50 HP blue armor units, but it is just so satisfying, and I really do need to make a video about this specific build more because it's incredible. Now, before we get to my absolute favorite unit from year 2 without a doubt, I just want to talk about some honorable mentions for units I really want to use more that are from year 2. First up we have Leon, who, a little sad that Naglfar was just a stronger Raven Tome, and honestly I'm pretty much just waiting for him to get a refine and hopefully get something a little more interesting. Next up we have the Summer Freya twins, who I actually have both plus speed natures for both of them, and I've actually given this Tana the red Blade Tome Mage build with Fury 3 and Desperation, and wow, she just does so much damage. As for Summer Innis, I've been saying it since the very start when he came out. I am just waiting for a Fire Sweep Axe, which at this point we're not even going to get a Fire Sweep Axe before 2 full years of this game, which is pretty ridiculous. Once he gets that, he's just going to be off the ground. A unit that I've gotten pretty randomly was actually Mel Grima, and he came with a plus attack nature, which is just absolutely ridiculous. I was experimenting with just a Fury 3 Vantage and Glimmer build, but honestly I probably would just stick with Vengeful Fighter and maybe Steady Breath or Warding Breath if I get the more copies of it. For Halloween Myrrh, well, I got a plus defense nature of her, and with Spirit Breath, defense and res 2, and then just regular defense plus 2 in the Sacred Seal slot, she can reach 50 defense just flat out, which is kind of crazy. And honestly, I haven't really been finding too much success with her Spirit Breath, so I'm probably just going to give her a regular old Lightning Breath weapon so she can use Vengeful Fighter a bit better. I was able to nab a neutral Harid on his Legendary Heroes summoning event, and while I haven't had too much experience with Harid, I think he has a lot of potential. I think I just need to find a better team for him, someone who can apply a lot of debuffs so that he can just go to town with his unique weapon and distant counter. And I also did get an Owain, which I'm really happy to get, but I have not had the time to train him up. As you can see, literally level 10 at the time of recording this video. I definitely need to level him up and get him up to speed, but I'm really happy that I was actually able to nab an Owain thanks to the recent Hero Fest banner. So my favorite unit of year 2, by far, without a doubt, has to be Ophelia, and it's mainly because of Mistletoe combined with a AoE special like Blazing Wind, combined with Special Spyro, and Special Spyro really just makes Ophelia a very amazing high damage, high offense unit. With Mistletoe, Ophelia can potentially charge a full AoE special such as Blazing Wind on the very first turn of combat. That's why I mentioned that Bridal Ninian is actually a very important unit, because she is a flying dancer who is also a tome user, so Ophelia gets more extra special cooldown thanks to that. I either run her with Quicken Pulse or just more mages in general on the team, and with Mistletoe fully charging Blazing Wind, I can just use it immediately, have Ophelia finish off her attack, and then Special Spyro will fully charge Blazing Wind again, so Ophelia can literally just keep spamming Blazing Wind or whatever AoE special I give her. It is a ton of fun. It is very effective in PvE modes. It's very effective in Arena. It's very effective in Aether Raids, which is exactly why most of my Aether Raids offense teams has literally been Ophelia, Aversa, and then either someone like my Dancing Inigo or Bridal Ninian herself. And it's just been a fun time. I think the Special Spyro build on Ophelia has to be probably my favorite build from this whole year. It is just so much fun, it's so ridiculous, and it makes the AoE specials incredibly good. I'm really happy with how she turned out as a unit. I actually do really like Ophelia, Owain, and Lissa as characters, so it's, I've been really happy with all of them. That's pretty much it for this whole video. I hope you guys are having a good Christmas or holiday season in general. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to cover all the new recent banners that are coming out, because I think the New Year's banner is literally coming out on New Year's Eve or the day of New Year's, and personally I celebrate New Year's a lot with my own family, so I have no idea how I'm going to do those videos. They might be a couple days late, or I'm just going to have to power through it. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what your favorite units have been in year 2, because I'm always interested to see what people are using and what crazy unique units or builds you're coming up with. That's it for now. I'll see you in the next video.